casters out there, I'd recommend, you know, throwing up the Charlie and Delta stream, get some practice in on there, because there's no commentary, so now you can kind of record yourself and kind of get some practice in. So, hey, maybe one day you guys might be on the main stage just like we are.
That's actually a great idea. You know, I know we have a lot of aspiring casters working towards it to get there, but in the meantime, I think what matters most, Pioneers XSET about to face off in game 1 here. Of course, live fire on screen. Tony, I cannot wait to jump into this.
Lots of implications with game number 1 on the line here. No team wants to fall 0-1 in the series. You definitely want that momentum, especially in a game like Halo, and we're starting things right off with an immediate death on the hands here of Suppressed, who go down in numbers, but it looks like G1 are in trouble.
It was SoulSnipe, sorry, Suspector, my bad, with an early extension in for the melee to start, but nobody with the ball just yet. Camo about to pop up as well. That's going to draw the attention of both these teams. So up to Artic. We'll see what he can do to pinch from both sides here as well. Bit of a face-off to get the center. You're Suppressed and Suspector going to take their pitch. So an early Camo going to go to the blue team as well as the ball as well.
Camouflage in the hands of Artic, going down to bottom mid. Excellent shots onto Druk. Now quickly turns over toward the A side, but now they're quickly being surrounded here. Nice. Melee comes in, not gonna matter. Camouflage is too strong, but there's 2 more challengers that appear over towards the A side.
That's exactly what XSET would need to start. Of course, as I say it, we see Artic die, drop both the camo and the heat wave, so not ideal. In the back there, you got Cratos with a sniper. He's gonna be looking to line things up. If he gets an opportunity, as you can see, Cratos now been taken down by Manny, so Snipe gonna trade hands. Ball likely, I wanna say, gonna rotate to C. It looks like they haven't decided to do it just yet. In the meantime, we got fights going down under C here. Taulek gonna get dropped. Manny, SoulSnipe with their kills as well to keep things even.
Yeah, but Pioneers actually still having numbers right now, holding onto their setup over towards that back tower here. So things looking very good if you're a fan of Pioneers, and they put some good points on the board, but now the reslays have to come in. Suppressed gonna be the first person to go down, and it looks like Manny just playing his life somehow was able to get out of the situation alive.
It's up to XSET to break through now, right? Setup already in play, 25 and counting. We did get a ball play, so ball will reset. In the meantime, Artic gonna try to take a kill, and he does do it. That'll give the ball to him. Now rotated back to C as well. And with it, hopefully get a setup.
Cratos goes down quickly. SoulSnipe is down as well, so it's a 3v3 scenario. Artic still having that ball in hands, and they're trying to push forward. They have to break this setup quick. You cannot allow Cratos and XSET to get any momentum here. Druk easily getting the double kill, clearing out tower seemingly by himself, going in for the 3rd one onto Sandbags. Great play coming in out of Druk.
Back up more here with Druk. Heat wave in hand, ball still center. Of course, Snipe gonna pop up 30 seconds as well. Though they will take, XSET will take the ball to begin with. We'll see if they get the setup into A. Doesn't want to quite commit to a lane just yet. Here you got SoulSnipe in the meantime from the back, looking for Cratos. Should be able to drop him. That's 2 dead. Easy opportunity for ball to be collected as well. And the timing, I mean, perfect, right? Snipe about to spawn.
3 down, go XSET. Pioneers looking very good. SoulSnipe hunting down the final player over towards bottom mid, having the heat wave in hand, but even that's not going to be enough to save him. SoulSnipe putting them down, 2 down, go XSET, and the boys in red are looking good. We know them to be objective efficient, and that's what we're seeing right here, right now.
Tony, you see how quick these boys rotate as well, though. As I say it, I mean, do the rotations matter if you got Snipe and heat wave in hand? Unfortunately, they do drop. Those weapons gonna sit down over on C. In the meantime, Suspector, Taulek gonna face off. A big kill out of Suspector here to break through the defenses, get to the ball. Suspector, we talked about him in his KD in Halo Esports, Tony. The best, the highest KD currently as a player. And this, I wanna say, is the map game type where Suspector pops up most.
Yeah, the last time we saw XSET playing against Pioneers on Oddball live fight, it was Suppressed playing that ball carrier role and Suspector going in for the slays. This time we saw the rotation coming in. They tried to get the ball over towards tower side, but XSET have actually just gone 3 down. Yep. So Pioneers can now take advantage of this as Taulek actually gonna repulse that player right off the map. Go for a swim, Suppressed. You need to cool down.
Nice little way to get a trade. In the meantime, ball will be dropped off the same ledge. They're just going to get it out of play here. Druk going to try to preserve his life as well. Man's in trouble. New ball spawning. Still looking for that flanker. Doesn't quite see him. Gets a repulsor, though. That could help. And here's the jump, too, that we've seen so many times. You know what? If you miss it, just take the second option. There's an easy opportunity for a kill off it.
Once again, Pioneers taking advantage of these numbers. It was a momentary 4v2 situation here. Druk now going in for the chase and to repulse that player back, almost getting himself the pancake medal, but the BR shot to the head works just as well as Pioneers continue to take advantage of these numbers. XSET are having a tough time simply staying alive, let alone getting kills.
You say that though, but Cratos is just getting started here. Does pick up one. In the meantime, Taulek, nice rotation to keep the ball away from him. Now close to a play spot as well. Looks like he will play it early, try to win a fight. In the meantime, can't quite do it. Cratos coming in with the heat wave repulsor. He's got everything he could ever need. Hopefully he can stay alive with it.
We don't call that the heat wave, just yeeted that player to the black screen right there, did Cratos, and still holding on to it. But meanwhile, KCP off a screen, getting the ball and rotating it immediately over towards the A side. So now, once again, XSET are going to have to break a setup. Heat wave in the hands of Cratos. You're putting it to work, but not able to get that kill onto Druk. 4 down go Team XSET, and there's plenty of X's on the screen right now.
KCP just seem to be a step ahead with their timing, whether it's the speed of a rotation or the speed that they play the ball. Notice how they played that ball earlier in the last setup to ensure that they can set themselves up with the right side of the map to pick up ball early to bring it back to A as well. Because of it, we're at 95 and counting, and 5 seconds separating this round from a close. Assuming XSET can deny them, but things looking rough with the camo about to spawn and Taulek picking up kills.
Love that tech coming out of Cratos right there. That was the hold this medal. So what he did was he put the shot in with the heat wave, putting that player down to 1 shot, then tap to drop the weapon immediately so he can bring out his BR without any hesitation and finish him off with that BR headshot. Most of the time you're gonna see players utilize that with the Mangler, but it also works very well with the heat wave and many other weapons in the sandbox.
I mean, at this point it works with everything, doesn't it? You just pick up any weapon, drop it quicker for a secondary shot. I'm sure we'll see plenty. Manny right now with the camo going to try to sneak his way through bottom. Still 95 points on the board for Pioneers. XSET, they would have to play perfect with this setup. Can they do it though with Manny sneaking up onto Cratos? Does not play the ball, and that might be it for the round here. Manny can just sit on the edge and hold on. 98 doesn't quite do it, still saved.
Assault rifle coming in, but sadly Artic is going to go down. Somehow Taulek able to get away with the sniper, and Druk once again going to steal away the ball, and the final second needed. They go up 1-0 in this round.
Timing, control just on the side of Pioneers, right? They continue to hold the weapons that they need. They continue to rotate in advance of the team, get to the ball and form setups before it seems like XSET have an opportunity to break through. And I think a lot of those opportunities come from just winning your fights, right? A perfect to open the round out of SoulSnipe. That's exactly what you need to see.
Beautiful shots coming out of SoulSnipe, but sadly he is going to be cleaned up. So we're going to switch gears over towards Manny, also on KCP, able to steal away that sniper. He ends up dropping down right behind the player towards bottom mid, but goes the opposite way and gets away without any damage done to him. So Manny, show us what you got with the rifle.
Couple early kills off the starting strat gives Manny this opening. Let's see what he can line up. Camo, that's definitely going to pull them towards this reticle here. He'll hit a shot in the Suspector. And Manny with freedom to get to the camo too. Camo snipe, if he gets out, quite a combo.
This is the same problem that we're seeing from XSET here in round number 2 as opposed to round number 1. They're not staying alive. They're dying one at a time. This is they need to reset. They need to push up as a team and start baiting and switching more, because dying one at a time is not going to do it. But a double kill will.
So, I mean, Suspector going off, getting his kills, that will definitely even the odds. So that double, definitely a dent in the defenses here. As we say it, I mean, these teams have been playing Slayer. Round 2, Tony, only 5 points on the board between them. And nobody quite able to find an opportunity just yet here. Taulek gonna move up as a unit with the team. And look at this 3-man push through center, just dropping XSET like flies.
Taulek ends up dropping down to bottom mid, dropping him as well. That's going to be a reversal kill. But 4 down, momentarily go Pioneers. XSET need to take advantage of this. They didn't get on the ball quite as quick as enough, but they are putting pressure on the spawns. And I love that come out of Suspector, going right after the B-side spawns. Now coming in with the heat wave. Beautiful kill coming out of him. Aiden is starting to go off. Hold this for me, says Suspector, as another 4 down go the Pioneers.
What a display out of Suspector. All the sudden the boys on XSET starting to wake up, and now they got an opportunity for the setup as well. 21 and counting. Artic with the camo, gonna hold off on this side. Look at the perimeter they formed here to set up on the C. Tony Taulek, just a rough spot to be in.
Luckily Artic having his hands on the camouflage and the mangler. They're going to come back to be on the back to this combo right here. Beautiful slay. Another one going to come in. 2 shots, but not able to get the third. Another 3 down. Still go Pioneer. So XSET taking advantage of these numbers and having their ball in hands once more. And a tower side setup. This is the strongest side on the map to hold the ball. XSET are well aware of it, and that's why they're prioritizing it. As you're seeing, Suspector sending another one for a swim.
It's a flexible setup at that, though. See how aware they are. They rotated the ball from C to B to avoid the push from KCP. KCP's had 3 players out through outside the push C, and they were very quick to rotate that ball and take kills as they do it. Ball still in play on B side, but 56 points off this one sequence from XSET. And you can tell KCP feeling the pressure here.
Druk doing a great job of putting pressure on the sandbag side of the map. If you're going to break the B-side setup, you have to hold on to the sandbag side. Excellent shots coming in out of Druk, but there we go. The ball finally going to make it off the map. They're starting to get the slays. 2 down go XSET, and now Pioneers are looking to take advantage this time. As they're dropping down with the mangler and the easy cleanup coming in. Ball control going in favor of KCP.
I was about to say, Druk with a mangler in a tight hallway. Say your prayers, right? Thankfully, they managed to kill him before he gets the trade. But is that enough to stop the momentum out of XSET? Nice little 2-player push onto Suspector. Beauty slide out of SoulSnipe. You love to see it, right? Times the slide to get that angle that he would not have had otherwise. My God, Tony.
SoulSnipe's always had that amazing movement, though. Even going back to Halo 5, he's one of the ones that's really embraced it. Meanwhile, Suppress always had a good shot, and you're starting to see him put it to work and also prioritizing this camouflage. Ends up popping it right away. If he knew what we knew on overlay, he might have saved it, but trades come in, so camouflage will be no more.
No more camo. Heatwave going to sit down in that hallway. In the meantime, Manny going to look for his kill if he can find it. Thankfully, Druk there to help. Drop Artic off the map. KCP with an opportunity to bring the ball back to C-side. Suspector going to make it tough. He'll drop Taulek, taking shots. Can he bounce out of this and hit the jump? Of course he can. My man skipped the clamber, too. What a beautiful rotation. And he's still getting kills. You love it.
No wonder why he's leading in KD in the entire league right now in the Pro Series. His movement is absolutely cracked out. Ends up getting the kill, forcing the ball off the map. The Suspector, who is really starting to heat up in game number 1.
Yeah, this makes me way too excited. He get the frame-perfect jump up to Mangler, picks it up, and then hits the slide to back tower. That is a hard slide to hit. He's going to hit another to get to ball and bring ball back through small door. The speed out of Suspector. Now I understand why the man's KD is so high.
Suspector really putting into work right now. Loving what we're seeing out of him. However, another 3 down go team. XSET Suppress going to be the final player alive, so now he's trying to defend the ball, rotate it over towards the spawners while also getting slays as well. Commando comes out. Suppress going to be going down to 1 shot. Now having another player over towards the dummy side, but excellent movement. Getting really creative is young Donnie, but he finally is going to go down.
But what a hard kill he just made himself by spinning around and repulsing out there. They had to chase him down, and because of it, it gives XSET some time to breathe. Unfortunately, can't quite get to the ball. Taulek perched up above, shots into Cratos. Suspector now in trouble, and Taulek going to put him down. Here's a chance for Pioneers to pick up ball. They got camo spawning out front too, Snipe as well. So quite a lot to fight over here.
A little bit different from the overlay. What it's saying, XSET would have to put back-to-back rounds here to come out on top. Meanwhile, your Pioneers only having to win 1 to take game number 1. But we have 3 out of 4 players on XSET in the double-digit score line. They really are starting to catch fire in this round 2. But SoulSnipe trying to put them out. He's actually going to be hunted down. 2 down go Pioneers, and now XSET are starting to get on the aggressive.
That was rough out of Pioneers there. I felt like SoulSnipe might have played that a little. You might have got a little overzealous, committing with the jump, didn't have any cover, lost the camo immediately because of it. Now XSET, they mount the charge, 92 points for them. Suspector on demand, he can't get it, and 3 die in quick succession, leaving Artic by his lonesome out bottom mid. So Pioneers, once again, they got the setup.
This is the KCP that we saw in round number 1. The overwhelming pressure being put onto XSET. XSET were really starting to answer back and winning their individual gunfights, but now KCP are starting to steamroll here. Another challenge coming in, and Artic is going to lose that one, putting his team at a disadvantage once again in numbers.
Pioneers are cooking here. XSET, they need an answer. They just need 1 clean break around the slays, and that's it. It's curtains for their round, but they can't quite get it. Druk will knock 1. Cratos out of the picture. And you gotta love the use of the movement here just to avoid nades and be a nuisance in this doorway. Setup still holds. And so do the members of Pioneers. Suppressed, he can't even den him.
92 to 80 and counting here for Pioneers. XSET still having the lead. They're only 8 seconds away, but KCP are playing near perfect Halo. XSET need to step it up right here, right now, and get the slays. Otherwise, it's going to be nights out. And it looks like it is Taulek taking some heavy damage. The nades are coming in. Taulek forced to drop the ball, but the nades are going to take down Artic. He might be able to steal this game away right here, right now.
XSET, they had the round in their hands, but Pioneers, they say no. They deny him 100 points to, what was it, 92 to close that out. It looked almost free for XSET at one point, but Pioneers, they find a way, and they'll lock it out.
I don't know if my old eyes deceive me, but I could have swore it was like a 90 to 18 run going in favor of XSET in round number 2.
I thought it was over.
Then Pioneers just woke up. They said, what are we doing here? Let's go back. Why are we getting into these individual gunfights? Let's go back into using our teamwork. Let's go back to playing at our pace. And then they just kind of took over from there and played literally near perfect Halo right there.
The A setup in the end, like you said, near perfect Halo. They just won every single one of their gunfights, and it just seemed like XSET, they were kind of taken aback by it. They didn't know how to recover after reeling from the hurt that they experienced in the end of that game. Of course, stats on screen, though. Suspector, he does tend to pop off on this map, and he continued to do so. But, I mean, you look at Pioneers and the kills there, right? Everyone in high 20s for the most part, and just performing lights out. It's close in slays, but clear advantage to Pioneers.
Yeah, one thing the stats were telling me, with a 200 to 125, almost doubling the enemy's team score, you would think the slays would go more in favor of KCP, but what tells me is the same thing we know from them in previous Halos.
Sure.
They're objective efficient, and their assists are so high. That's what we know KCP to be. That you saw that literally their slays were almost identical, but their objective efficiency is what took them over. And again, their teamwork, they play a very unselfish brand of Halo. They put shots on each other. They're always actually in these 2v1 situations, and that's another reason why they assist almost every player being in that double digit in assist.
But like you said, what we know for sure is that XSET, they can slay. They definitely did. They just couldn't clutch up in that round. They played beautifully at the start of that round. On top of the slays that they picked up, the way that they would rotate the ball from C to B to avoid some of the challenges we saw at Pioneers, I mean, it looked like they had it. It looked like it was a wrap for round 2. So if that's the slaying power we saw to them in the end of that round, then I'd love to see what they could put together in a Slayer on Streets.
And that's exactly what we're going to right here. It's going to be game number 2 on Streets. First of 50 kills, going to take the win. 12 minutes on the clock. Do not forget about the rockets that spawn in the middle of the map. Don't forget about that Bulldog, which has enough ammo to really control almost the entire game. Combine that with a drop wall and a thrust, and you are going to be looking good. Streets is our game number 2.
The pace of play on this map is so damn quick, Tony. I cannot wait to see how these boys put it together. All comes down to the fight for center and these weapons. And the moment you get slays, how quickly can you just pounce on spawns in this, Tony?
Notoriously, Slayers, you know, a lot of times the weaker team or on paper can steal a win on a Slayer, but I don't think that's true here when you're playing on Streets. Streets, you're just too fast. It's too small, and you're able to control the map so well and keep that pressure on that, man, it's going to be really tough for either one of these teams to defend their spawns when the offense is coming in.
Exactly. It's just a matter of who wins that opening strat, who has the favorable situation to start, and then can they snowball from there. As you can see, SoulSnipe with a double on the feet already, but relatively even to start things off. 6-5 Druk, despite the action. Look what he's done. He's got the shoddy, barely survived, but he also rotated the Stalker to top map, so him living here would be massive if he can do it. He's got everything. He's got a thrust too.
Stalker rifle so deadly. Now you're having it over toward the top side of the map. That's exactly where you want to be. Whipping out the Bulldog. Ends up taking down Artic. That's going to be a reversal. His teammate goes down to 1 shot, but more importantly, gets the slays, and 3 down go Team XSET, and we're seeing an early lead go in favor of Pioneers.
Once again, Druk living here absolutely massive. They got PD side of the map. They now force the spawns to the opposite side of the map, and it's up to XSET to push uphill. Thankfully for them, they do take Druk. Those weapons going to sit down for whatever reason. Suppressed just skated right by them and didn't see either. Hopefully they come back to collect them in the meantime. Taulek and Pioneers doing a great job defending the territory they once had.
Yeah, once you know those weapons go down, maybe you pop an AI scan in there, find out exactly where they are. Don't let them just sit on the ground. I mean, that's disrespectful, and you're not taking advantage
Where are
of
your
them.
manners?
Come on now.
You cannot let the weapons go to waste. And here we go, Druk with the stalker in hand, gonna hold off the alley, and of course by doing so, actually he's got his exact combo. How do they let Druk get the shotgun and the stalker back after dying with him? And I think it's just credit to Pioneers for picking up on the slays after he went down and picking up the rockets as well. Taulek now has them.
And still utilizing that Bulldog to literally control Purple Street by himself. They know that a lot of pressure likes to come from the B Street side of things, so they're sending more eyes that way. And just having the player with the Bulldog in hands watch that Purple Street. Meanwhile, Taulek having the rockets. This is the ultimate defender right here, but he is going to take some heavy damage, forced to back down, but goes right back into the angle. That reticle placement, literally perfect.
This is so brutal for XSET, because look at this. They're recognizing that they have the Slays advantage. They pushed into Subway into C, and Taulek now aware of the fact that the spawns flip to PD. He spins to try to counter it, though thankfully Artic Cratos, the team shot, does take Taulek, so maybe a moment to breathe on the side of XSET, but they're just so quick to bait and switch, right? Pioneers fighting back here, 22 now to 19.
You wanted Artic to breathe. He hits the black screen instead. Luckily, he comes back in just 8 seconds. Luckily, Cratos going in for the challenge onto SoulSnipe, but SoulSnipe going to take that battle. And then the double kill coming in out of Artic off screen. That's going to be a 2-for-1. SoulSnipe's going to go down, and immediately 3 down go your Pioneers. This might be exactly what XSET needed.
XSET took back top map with this. Just Laser and Taulek cross map into the balcony. I think they have a stalker as well, so an optimal setup here. Love that he picked up the AR. Perfect position to have it. And then they just got to wait for where the push is. How does Pioneers play this? Do they send multiple up one street? Do they split their resources? Right now, just looking for an angle and Suppress getting antsy. He wants a piece of this.
Putting down some suppressive fire is Young Donnie. Another 2 down go Pioneers, and now it's XSET who are really going to start to take control of this game. This Bulldog still in the hands of Suppress.
No weapons.
Put that down to 1 shot.
He's got nothing.
All weapons, no ammo. What is he going to do? The Commando was right behind him, but he didn't see it. Oh my gosh.
Wait. Okay. He picked it up off a body or something. Commando was like a fraction of a second away from spawning. Either way, it doesn't matter. Man's in the fight. And with good timing, too. Can't get out with the rockets, so the rocket's going to sit down in that alley. We'll see who gets to it. But, man, this is a nail-biter. Tony, 28 all.
I want to see the same level of teamwork coming out of Pioneers that we saw in the second half of round 2 and even the whole round 1 that we saw in Oddball. Their teamwork is what's going to put them forward, and that's what I want to see. I'm seeing too much individual fights, and although they have that individual skill, that's not their specialty. This right here, bait and switch, coming in, putting them down, and then keeping that pressure on and playing at a level of speed that not others can match. That's what KCP are known for, and that's what we're about to see right now.
And unfortunately, you let Pioneers play their game, and it's just so hard to shut them down. My God, SoulSnipe, what a perfect kill. Thankfully, he does die, but the rest of Pioneers, they remain 36-31 at this point as Taulek, shoddy still in hand. B-side under control. You can see the pressure coming out from PD. So XSET, they've got the other half of the map, but how do they play it? Taulek just listening. He's waiting for his moment. Oh, he's going to get it, too. Here, the double team. Perfect.
Artic shutting down that killing spree. You saw the Killjoy medal fly on the screen there. That's going to be a player that you want to get off of the map, and luckily they're able to do so. Suspector coming in, but sadly not able to get the slay, and it looks like 2 down once again go XSET, and now SoulSnipe trying to take advantage. Goes in for the 1v1 against Cratos, but Suspector was literally coming off a spawn and ends up getting that cleanup kill and drops 2 with the Suspector, really neutralizing the situation a bit. However, Suppressed a little bit far behind in kills. That might be the reason why they're in a bit of a deficit right now here in game number 2.
It's the spawn awareness out of Pioneers. They're so in tune. Wow, nice slide too at a Druk. He gets right to PD. But they're so ready to catch a split spawner off guard. They'll spin around and catch that one person that spawns alone because they know for that brief moment they've opened things up. And then, of course, having the weapons on top of it only adds insult to injury. Look at this, 46. Rockets thankfully down, but the shot is still in the hands of Pioneers, and they're aware of it.
Taulek over towards the bottom C side. He didn't quite have numbers, so you notice that he's going to slow the game down almost immediately, whipping out the commando, putting Cratos down to one shot, then going in for the unorthodox reach out. Taulek going to surprise Cratos, gets the kill, and now there's only one more needed here for Pioneers. That's going to be the 50th kill. They're up 2 on the series. They have sucked the energy out of the room, and now they are 1 win away from advancing forward.
Way too much energy, way too much pressure out of Pioneers from the beginning of that game to the end. I mean, they just couldn't control them, right? Pioneers coming in with, we had Druk with the shotgun and the stalker. You can't let this man wrap through the entire map, get stalker, go to PD, hold both the weapons, and then die, drop them, pick them back up again, and continue to control them throughout the game, right? Pioneers, they had a lock on the weapons and a lock on the spawns. They know in the situation when they push C, and they wipe out players on C, if they get too close, they're opening spawns behind them. So they flip around. They've always got a player in position to catch the splits. Situations like that keep the snowball a-rolling. And I mean, look at the scoreboard. Some players playing better than others here, Tony.
Otherwise, you're not getting those beautiful Twitch drops, but it looks like we're coming in and we're dropping hot into Recharge. Strongholds, you already know the deal. 250 points to take the win. If you want to put points on the board, you need to control at least 2 plots. If you happen to control 3, though, you'll be looking real good.
You'll be moving up quickly in the ranks, that's for sure. This is the last opportunity in this series, of course, for XSET to showcase some sort of dominance, showcase some sort of life here. In total, in their matchups, they're 1-1 facing off in HCS Pro Series. It's time to find out who's better. This is the last chance for XSET.
He says the last chance. It's going to be hard for them to capitalize on that when they start off 3 down immediately and allow Druk to steal away with another combo. This time the Mangler and the camouflage, getting the flank off, putting the shots in across map. Druk is really looking good in the double cap early, going in favor of KCP.
I mean, not unexpected. Druk off a spawn. He got the camo. He went straight to the Mangler. And now that he's got it, he's just such a difficult kill. I think he might have heard some footsteps upstairs. You got a Stronghold currently being capped. Artic aware of it as well. You got to love the bank nade out of Druk, too. Preemptive nades that he throws to ensure that if you do challenge him, you're not getting anywhere quick. Same with SoulSnipe, who's already taken brain here.
The shock rifle was really stepped up to be like that guy, like that power weapon. Let me tell you, all the pros,
playmaker.
If you have the shock rifle in hands, it's nice. You have to shut that player down immediately at this level of gameplay. This ain't diamond rank lobbies. This is professional gaming that you're seeing right here, and SoulSnipe is about to show us some plays.
SoulSnipe trying to find an opportunity to do it. You can see he's under some pressure. Apparently he's not under any pressure at all. He'll take a perfect kill. Drop one, does get taken from behind. That shock will sit on the floor. Maybe a chance here for XSET, but you can see how quickly Pioneers have turned control into 55 points to start the game.
And the key to that is the quickness. Like you said, how quickly they jump on it, how quickly they put the pressure on. They play at that level of pace, but SoulSnipe gonna quickly hit the black screen right there as 2 down go KCP, and now XSET have a chance to create some offense and make a run of their own.
Let's see what they do with it. Suppressed, under fire here. Camo up as well. Can't quite figure out where to pull his attention, though. It looks like Druk will be taken and Manny as well. So there's a beautiful double out of Suppressed and an opportunity, once again, like you said, for XSET to open things, which they haven't done yet. Cratos has a double on the feet, too. They got to get in the hills.
I mean, as right now, they're playing Slayer 2.0 right now. I guess Strongholds is the real Slayer 2.0 because that's multiple times that we've seen XSET gain numbers, but they haven't been in a position to take advantage and hop into an objective. And as of right now, look at it, it was 65 to 0 run going in favor of KCP, and Suppressed having that sword in hands. Maybe he can make something happen here.
Suppressed going to try to pick up a kill cross map, ideally looking for an opportunity to rotate to A the moment he gets the chance to. He already took SoulSnipe, so here you go. Rotation coming in. Gets to A. Can he get the sword? He can! With no health left to speak of. The man Red Bart, maybe a little bit too aggressive sitting out on the platform. Ends up dying for it. A still under contention, but so quickly Pioneers and Taulek ready to counter.
That was another momentary 3 down for KCP. Taulek trying to answer back here with the beautiful shots coming out the Mangler and the BR, but having a second challenger up towards top A. The shots go in. That final player is dealt with, and we see a couple respect bowing coming in out of Pioneers. We know them to do that. You know, every time they kill their enemy, they want to bow and show respect to the team.
So gracious. You love to see it. Pioneers, their manners. You know, they're known for their good manners. And, you know, sometimes that's just how it goes in these matchups. Your XSET, also a team known for their good manners. I can't wait to see if they can find a chance to show it to us.
What?
I don't think they're going to get that chance, you know. They keep dying. Oh, double out of Manny, who will once again come in with the bags. Honestly, that was beautiful. He hit the slide in with the sword, and now he's got another sword for his troubles.
Can somebody tell XSET to turn their headsets on? I don't know what's going on.
Off.
Manny literally got
down,
right behind the enemy team, sprinting with the sword. There's so many audio cues with that, and somehow he was not heard, ends up coming out with a double kill. But while all this is happening, XSET able to take advantage and now have a double cap on the board, mainly because of the the bagging coming in instead of getting in position that was caused by Manny. So let's see KCP straighten up and finish out this game because it's not over yet.
Non-optimal positioning due to over-excessive teabagging, says Tony. But at this point, I mean, my confidence would be shattered personally if Manny was doing this to me over and over again. He's just chasing me down, getting sword kills. He's on a spree, currently going to recollect A for free. Well, XSET do what they can to recollect their footing in this match, which ain't looking pretty for him, Tony. Let's be honest.
100-point lead going in favor of KCP. Manny getting another big kill, not able to get the double kill as Cratos puts his 11th on the board and started to slide over towards that seaside to play a bit of defense. SoulSnipe having no idea the early shots coming in. The sword not going to come out on top of Druk. Coming in quickly for the cleanup. Cratos goes down, and a trip cap somehow in the hands of XSET.
Oh, he will take the trade. Little food chain action there on C, right? We had Cratos with the sneak attack on the SoulSnipe, and then Druk coming from behind him just to make sure Cratos doesn't get too far with it. Suspector should have this kill. Can't quite find Manny. Where did he go? He's Spider-Man out of there. And now SoulSnipe, no choice but to just, or sorry, Suspector, no choice but to back out and live a little longer. 152 at this point as Pioneers continue to maintain control.
SoulSnipe advancing forward over toward the long haul side of things. He does have a teammate with him, so C easily going towards KCP, but suppressed. Gonna win his individual gunfight against Taulek, who's a big slayer on the KCP roster. And now we're seeing XSET steal away C, but once again, Pioneers out-rotating the enemy team while they're going for C to say, oh great, you can have that. We're gonna take A and B. Cratos, though, with the camo.
Kratos does have a camo, like you said. There might be an opportunity here for XSET if Kratos can make a play. An AB hold for Pioneers, ideal. Cratos not expecting a player in Whirlpool right beside him. Taulek ready to put more damage in, but it's just, you know, shutdowns like that make comebacks seem just about impossible. Suspector's got no help in that fight. He's down for the count. Now Manny gonna live with a shock apparently too. We'll see what else he can put together here, somehow still surviving.
Great job by Manny for prioritizing his life, but the nade gonna finally put him down. C gonna go heavily in favor of Pioneers, but as we say, that XSET have changed their priorities over towards the Bravo side and still holding on to the double cap is XSET. Pioneers need to spawn up, go back to playing in twos, and get these slays. Otherwise, they're in danger of losing this game.
See how quickly he just got melted from the team shot? You had somebody looking cross-map from the staircase down to camo, and then SoulSnipe coming in with 2 perfect shots. All of a sudden, you're dead. There's no opportunity to react, to do anything to counter. This A-side control going to be useful for Pioneers, of course. As I say it, XSET are very slowly creeping up with their BC hold. Pioneers with a quick rotation to B as it happens. 2 dead on the feet, so I'd like to see more out of this from XSET. Can they keep this up?
Pioneers have been able to shut down Cratos. Cratos was actually 10-5 earlier. Now he's 12-11. You're seeing the Pioneers start to prioritize, making sure that he's off of the map. But while all this is happening, XSET are taking advantage and getting more objective efficient as the moments go on. That's going to be a trip cap going in favor of the boys in blue. How will the Pioneers respond?
They're looking to break the setup, but they can't find the opportunity. Look at that. That's 3 dead out of XSET as they continue to hold control. Where will this force spawns? You can see them already. 1 in control. Spawns up an elevator. Looks like XSET are ready for it too. Suspector flying in. Cratos with an early kill. Suspector gonna look for a little more. Manny does take it. And defensive kills like that give Pioneers maybe an opportunity. Unless Artic's hunting you with this sword. Artic's still looking for blood. They haven't quite found him yet. I think he's got suppressed here to help out too. Somehow XSET are clawing this back. They've now taken the lead, and Pioneers have not found an answer.
And can we talk about the glow up from XSET? I mean, you have Artic really running things with the sword, but also Suppressed, who had a 4-12 performance back in game number 2. Look at him now. He's 19-12 at the moment, slaying out. Artic coming in for the killing spree. Beautiful plays being made by XSET as they are poised to take the lead. Double cap going towards Pioneers, though.
Pioneers looking a little staggered, though. They're not quite winning the fights they once were early game. Artic definitely on one, just looking for kills. He's been sprinting for some time now. He will take one. Multiple going to drop in B here. You got Taulek, SoulSnipe still up. They'll take C to counter it, but 217 and counting. Artic in a beautiful spot, too. Got to watch that rotation, though. The flank coming in. As he shoots up Taulek, he's got to hear this. Manny getting close. He's got the repulsor to back the nades off. Sword back pocket. He'll take it. And Artic is on a tear right now. I was about to say they can't shut him down. They finally do. 235 though, Tony. They're doing this.
That they are. XSET are playing near perfect Halo at the moment, and as of right now, Suspector, the most important player on the map, ends up getting the cleanup kill onto Druk, still holding on to the double cap. They need to start diving bodies into bases, but looks like they're not able to do so, and that's gonna be it. XSET finally put a point on the series board. They're currently down 1-2, but I mean, as of right now, they can make a run.
XSET, somehow they woke up in the second half. Yeah, it shows, okay. Don't let the on-screen graphic fool you. Of course, Pioneers did. Well, I thought they would take the game, to be honest.
Yeah,
they looked like they had that for at least 70% of the game. Pioneers hanging on to map control, winning all their fights. We're chilling, we're laughing because Manny he's getting sword kills like he's styling on them, hitting slides into swords, getting doubles. He's on a spree. All of a sudden, they recollect themselves. They get around to slays, hold a trip cap, and they're the boys on screen. A well-deserved win. What a comeback.
You know, I don't want to completely blame it on the bad manners and the play by Manny, but this is a professional level competition. You can't you can't give XSET an inch, otherwise it's going to take a mile.
Sure.
So you're getting clear kills, you're stopping to bag, and don't get me wrong, you know, a quick 2 crouch and then you're out.
Okay.
He spent some time on that body.
You're saying
and while all of that is happening, XSET starts to take advantage. You give him a chance to spawn up together, you give him a chance to start to push up. I mean, it's an 8-second respawn. And then, a couple of seconds more to push up? I mean, he literally spent a good 15 seconds to teabagging the man's body, and then it was kind of all downhill from there. Again, I don't want to say it was all that fault, but I feel like, hey, focus up. Finish the game. Yep. And then on the dead screen, on the winning screen, that's when you start bagging. Like, finish the game first, because XSET took advantage.
It's all part of the mental, right? There's a risk reward to everything you do in this game. If you're going to go for that teabag, understand that while you might be putting pressure on your opponents, you're putting pressure on yourself to continue to execute, to continue to play well. And that's probably how they felt is, well, we're winning this. Everything's looking good, so we might as well drop the bags in. But you're up against Cratos on XSET. You start teabagging XSET, Cratos pop, he gets loud, and his whole team picks up off that energy. Next thing you know, they'll be dropping the bags. They'll be coming back in the series. And, you know, I can't complain. I love to see it. Tony, we got a series on our hands. Now 2-1. XSET have a chance to sweep things back in their favor. We'll see. CTF Aquarius coming up next.
Yeah, and hopefully the bad manners come in, but again, I want it to be quicker. Go get in, get out.
Tony wants quick bags.
Quick bags.
You got a 3-bag limit. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And then you got to move on to the next player.
On Aquarius, here we go. Pioneers once again needing one more win to come out on top. Meanwhile, XSET, they're starting to make a run.
Yep.
They're starting to feel themselves. They have an opportunity to force that Game 5. What do you think, Alex?
I mean, I think they got a chance, but you just brought Pioneers to CTF Aquarius. If there's any map, game type combo that most reminds me of Halo 5, it's this right here. And who dominates in Halo 5? Pioneers. They love Halo 5. If they had a chance, they would jump back from Infinite back to that game. They love the thrust. You give that to a boy on KCP, and they're near impossible to kill. So this is still an uphill battle for XSET.
Well, I'm glad Pioneers love the thrust so much because there's 2 of them on the map right here, right now.
Quick.
And they do respawn quickly, so hopefully they can take advantage of that and win some of their individual battles utilizing that thrust or get out of some terrible positioning as it looks like they're starting off 4 down. Does Pioneers, XSET have literally woken up.
XSET with momentum off of Game 3, they'll carry it directly into Game 4 and pull the flag to start the game as well. Not even 30 seconds in, and they're already getting the run going here. Cratos going to lead the charge with it. Can anybody stop him as he takes it up through car side, completely uncontested? this might be an early flag. You can see on the feed, suppressed. They're still putting damage in. SoulSnipe with the last second rotation to hold them off. It's not enough. We got a flag in to start the game.
And now does the flag go in, but XSET even defending their base, stopping any counter cap opportunities from coming in. Cratos gonna come in with the trade-off and kills, and XSET still having numbers, so now they're gonna go after that 50% portion of the map. Artic now getting aggressive over towards the enemy's team fridge. Suspector gonna lose that individual gunfight onto the utility side.
Like Tony said, Pioneers, they overuse their teabag limits, and now XSET are poised to completely flip things around unless Pioneers can regain very quickly, and maybe they can. Druk still up in utility. Got the pistol to work with here too, up close and personal. Nice quick melt he could put together.
Wow.
What a shot to jump back and swap to BR. Now giving himself an opening for the run, straight up through car side. Actually, okay.
Really understanding the timing with that beautiful sidekick shot coming in, and then right as he knew that play was going to go towards utility, whips out his BR to go in for the finish. Love that play by Druk. Don't love the fumble as much over towards bottom mid, because now that flag is a little bit in no man's land, and they're going to have to go in for the reslays.
It's a test for Pioneers and whether or not they can outslay with the flag in a baitable position. At the very least, they got it past 50 yards here. Taulek in a fight for camo. Artic will try to back out and still take the kill. All while we say it, flag rotates. Pioneers, they got the hard job done. They got the flag through and in the pedestal to tie things 1-1. But are they at risk of a counter?
Artic really starting to heat up here in this beautiful 90-degree weather that we have in California.
Oh, yeah.
Suppressed, throwing the nade, advancing forward, ends up getting a big kill as 3 down go Pioneers. Manny gonna be the first to spawn. He's gonna go down as well. Suppressed, sitting up over the top mid like a turret, and nobody in position to stop the run coming in from Artic. We're gonna have a 2-1 lead in favor of the boys in blue.
Beautiful out of XSET. They were ready to counter that flag immediately. They won the crucial fights they needed to. They gave themselves an opening for a flag and immediately pulled it and brought things back. Of course, as I say, we're seeing the same thing out of Pioneers. Taulek gonna try to bring this flag up through cars. Still got the heat wave to work with. Dynamos as well. Hopefully he stays alive with it all, because he'll drop it all down. Now up to Manny to carry the charge here. Torch not gonna make it far. Druk still in position for it, but they are at a numbers disadvantage here. Druk does not have many resources to work with.
Normally in Aquarius CTF, we see a lot of overtime games. We see a lot of teams not even able to put 5 full flag caps on the board without getting the win. But this time, with how many flags we're seeing pulled and starting to advance forward, like these two are playing a different brand of Halo Infinite flag, and I'm loving it. They're both playing so aggressive, have no problem getting multiple pulls throughout the game as another one is coming in.
Pioneers losing so many resources to rotate these flags, and they're dropping like flies as they do it, giving XSET these little windows of opportunity to continue to counter and run a flag of their own. Of course, as we say, we got multiple flags out here. One does get returned. We've got Artic sitting on the other, but Taulek not worried about it as he dives in, picks up a nice defensive double.
A young man out of Houston, Texas, getting a clutch double kill, going in for the third one as well. Able to take him down, so 3/4 of the enemy team being taken down here by Taulek, who's, let's be honest, he's one of the loudest ones on the team. He has no problem going in there. If Cratos is screaming on one side, Taulek will scream right back at you, and he can back it up.
You don't want Taulek to get on a tear here. Flag sits down a utility. Thankfully, Suppress does knock him down a peg. He can get but not with SoulSnipe. Camoed out front. SoulSnipe turns that camo into a double. Flag collected, still in play as Pioneers in desperation, doing what they can to continue to defend it. Cratos now down. Druk gonna try to stay up here. Taulek does get the touch in. Can't pull the flag through the door. And you could just see the scramble out of Pioneers as they continue to fight for it. Can they make it in time?
That should have been a capture coming in for the Pioneers. However, the Dynamo nades getting so much value. Once that's chucked in there, it's doing damage onto multiple players. 4 down go KC. I'm sorry, 3 down go KCP. But the final player, Taulek, able to get the grab and punch it in. We are tied up at 2 apiece right now. Fantastic job for Pioneers to not give up on that flag cap. And now we have a game once again.
You got to give some credit to them for continuing to touch the flag briefly, drop it, keep it in play, but then prioritizing slays to ensure they had the freedom to then run the flag afterwards. And because of it, they managed to do so. Flag still sitting out bottom mid for them, though. Multiple flags now pulled out as Pioneers going to try again to turn this tie in their favor. As we say it, flag standoff about the forum here, Tony. Cratos with one on the other side.
Cratos running the flag in towards the base, but they need to get a recut before they're able to secure this in. Cratos trying to defend the base here as the offense is starting to come in out of Pioneers. SoulSnipe gonna slide in for the return, hasn't taken a single shot yet, and that's gonna be an easy return coming in out of Pioneers. Will they be able to get the flag cap as well?
Still in utility. They still haven't found the freedom to get there just yet. Does he get crossed? Manny, untouched. He'll plant the flag in, give him a 3-2. And the pressure's still on. Druk with one on the feet. Manny gonna try to survive here, but Suspector gonna rip him a new one. That's 2 dead. XSET, can they bounce back from this? We'll see. Especially with Druk on the map, camoed up.
Camouflage and heat wave in the hands of Druk right now, advancing forward towards top mid. His multiple players over towards the car side, putting one down to one shot, ends up being shot by the second one. Even the dynamo grenades not enough to stop Druk from advancing forward to the enemy team utility as he's starting to fire them off. 2 people now, 1 shot, upping the tempo is Druk. He's only a one-man wrecking crew.
Seriously.
He's seen 3 different players and he's putting them all down to 1 shot, able to stay alive. I'm loving the way Druk is playing right now.
The fact that Druk just lived in that situation, Pioneers still have numbers for this fight as Manny drops multiple. Flag now out. Cratos split spawning out. Fridge still does live. Gets a defensive kill. So massive out of Cratos. Druk now alone to continue to be a nuisance. Can't do it. Heat wave down. SoulSnipe picks up another trade. KCP flying in to keep this flag in session. Surprise still up for it for defense, but 2 members of KCP out. Taulek now down. Surprise still with damage, but can't do it. Flag now past 50 yards, and Manny just looking to slide it in.
Suppressed was the final player alive, and he did as much damage as he could, but it's only so much they could do by himself while his teammates are on respawn. Meanwhile, excellent dynamo grenade coming in, making the flag carrier 1 shot, even putting another player down here. Exit coming off of spawn and defending that flag for dear life, but Pioneers are doing the exact same, and they're able to put it on the board here, as it is now a 4-2 lead going in favor of Pioneers.
Pioneers are ruthless. They just won't let XSET breathe in these situations. As I say it, though, they do have a counter flag coming through. Cratos cannot survive. He does get it to utility. Manny here to get the quick return on it. Is anyone from XSET nearby to get to it? They won't make it in time. Surprise coming in from above, but Pioneers, they're just a step ahead.
Manny getting the 1-punch kill onto that player that was hiding onto the corner of the map here. Manny now going to advance forward, not able to take down the sliding Cratos. So that's a big kill by Cratos, stopping any more pushes coming in on Pioneers. Now they're going to convert this defense into a bit of offense, advancing forward towards the car side of the map.
XSET need to find a way to break through here. Whether they overextend, maybe send 1 player to sneak out from behind, get an overextension pull, or they got to control top map and try to lock down spawns. Right now you can see Druk spawning up Fridge, taking a lot of pressure out from Cratos. Cratos gonna try to keep that damage up, flag out. It didn't go out past the window though, still stuck up above. Because of it, Suppress has to work just extra hard to get back to that flag. You'll have to play it slow.
And that was a great job by XSET. I mean, they're prioritizing the car side of the map. They were holding down utility, forcing the spawns over towards the Fridge side, but sadly it just wasn't enough, and Pioneers bounce back, get the slays that they need. Cratos gonna be shut down once again here as 3 out of 4 members go down for Team XSET.
They can't find a clean break. They need a clean round of slays, so that flag is not gonna get out, it's not gonna get far. You get a couple down, but Pioneers are so quick off spawn to immediately even the odds. And as we say, this is the final flag coming up through utility. We still have multiple members of XSET there to defend it. Cratos up top map. Cratos gonna have to work hard to take Taulek here, because Taulek with a heat wave gonna get up close and personal. That's a big kill out of Cratos, and flag looking to be returned.
But before Taulek ends up going down, I actually want to talk about the fact that he ran it behind the dynamo grenade spawn instead of going down the dip. The dip, you can actually utilize that advanced movement and get as far as possible, but it's also nade heaven. So Taulek, knowing that, runs it behind the dynamos where you have more cover, and actually really like that route coming in out of young Taulek. But as I say that, multiple falling for both of the teams here. SoulSnipe now going to try to advance forward because he has to clear out his utility side, and it looks like he's able to do so by taking down Suspector.
SoulSnipe with a fast rotate to Car, gonna get the camo as well. Looks like he gets out with it too. And all of a sudden, KCP with the resources, with numbers on the map, with less than 2 minutes time in their favor too. XSET feeling the pressure here. They lose this game, they drop out the series. Of course, in pools, still early on, but a blow to start for sure.
Can we talk about the globe once again here out of Suppressed? He must have heard you. I mean, you called him out for that 4 and 12 performance in game number 2.
Popping off now,
he
right?
bounces back, gets
28.
9. I think it was like maybe 20 and 12 earlier in game number 3, and now he's 28 and 19 with 6 assists right now, really popping off here. So is SoulSnipe though able to get away with the camouflage, but that camouflage ends up going down.
He's no. I mean, that was beautiful out of Suppressed. We're talking about the fact that he's popping off. He is. But is it enough, right? Tony's got to continue to get slays. His team needs to do so in quick succession here, or they won't get away with this flag. Manny, that's a huge kill out of Artic. Artic can now collect flag, but Taulek a line of defense. Artic somehow still alive. He'll get the flag, the utility, a quick handoff to Suspector. Suspector takes it out through car. They got less than a minute to tie this game. Tony, if this flag does not go in, then this game is over.
Exit well aware of about the time right there. That's why he sought up the tempo. They got a flagpole quick, and they were able to get it past the utility side, but they end up being shut down. The return comes in. Exit were 4 down. There was no chance they're going to capitalize on that flag, and I'm worried there may not be enough time. Luckily, there's sudden death, but they have to put at least one more cap on the board here before they can even be eligible for that sudden death.
Sudden death's only going to trigger if they cap a flag in 12 seconds. And Tony, I don't know about you, but I haven't seen a 12-second flag. It'll go out the window. They're going to try it anyway. I mean, it's got to be, I don't know. They have to throw it. They would have to toss it up to the window.
And relay.
And relay. There's no way they're going to do it. KCP, they will shut them down in game 4 and close our series out 3-1.
Wow. What a performance. Both by Suppressed and SoulSnipe as far as in the Slays department. They really went off with their team, and Pioneers able to take advantage of SoulSnipe slaying. On the other side, XSET only able to put 2 flag caps, and that simply was not enough. Pioneers finally able to close things out. Well, let's be honest, it should have been a 3-0. They lost track over towards that Stronghold. I mean, they had complete control almost of that game. And then I'm gonna point out once again, once the bag started coming out, XSET started taking over. But luckily, finally, Pioneers finding the win. And what are these stats telling you, Alex?
I mean, like you said, Suppressed, he was listening. He goes 4 and 12, and maybe he wasn't even listening. Just I assume if I'm in his shoes, then I would realize I got to put in work. I got to get slays.
You got bigger feet.
Well, okay, I don't know. I got to go see Suppressed. Either way, 7,500 damage at a Suppressed and 30 kills is, no slouch on the team. The man definitely popped off. Unfortunately, it just wasn't enough. And I think the biggest thing is just every opportunity that XSET had to pull the flag, it was always scrappy. It was never a clean break. They could never get 4 dead and just get that freedom to run it, 50 yards uncontested. So many situations, Pioneers, they would get the slays, and the flag carrier would just make it the utility without even taking a shot. Once you get to that point, it's, it's easier, way easier to close that flag out and secure it.